Woo. So formerly Woo Network, but Woo, built by Ric Flair, often says woo. Wasn't built by Ric Flair, but they're doing very good work at the moment. They have built a really strong centralized exchange. Now the volume that comes through Woo isn't exactly massive, but their DEX that they've got as well and their growing DeFi space is starting to look pretty damn good. I think we're going to see a lot of new users arrive there, so I think this coin can do at least some gains in the next bull cycle. So I want to talk about where it can go. Before I get into it though, guys, if you're new here and you don't know what this spreadsheet is, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. And in the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. I expected that they were going to make me a lot of money. And you can see what the prices of all these coins were when I recorded my videos and released them. You can also see the highs that all these coins hit in under a year and a half. It was around 16, 17 months. And this is what your profit would have been if you'd have put $100 into these coins. And if you'd have put $100 into all of them and then sat on them for, like I say, about a year and a half and then sold them, your profit in a year and a half would have been over 123 grand, which is pretty good. Now, I sold these, but the coins that I own right now, I share on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. So anytime I find a coin that I like, that I think is going to make me a lot of money, I jump onto my site and tell my members about the coin, its profit potential, and the percentage of my cash I'm going to put in, and they can copy along exactly. This means they've got no work to do at all, and they're going to make the exact same profits as me. And if you want to see the profits that they've made, that's on the website, along with many other things I've said in the past, which is all public record. You can go on the old videos on this channel and verify it all. We're less than a year away from these markets being absolutely red hot, coins being at new highs, and if you've got the wrong coins in your portfolio or you haven't even got a portfolio set up, now is the time, because those profits that you miss, you're not going to be able to make back. So check out copymycrypto.com because it should be able to help you in that way. So Woo. In the last bull cycle did alright, right? Ran up to, I think it was a bit shy, I think it was 180 or something. Might have been. Oh no, $2.48. Wow. Okay, so Woo. So the Woo token is the utility token of the entire Woo ecosystem. So it's used for staking, for fee discounts, and other benefits. Woo's ecosystem products connect traders, exchanges, and institutions with the best liquidity they can get, and trading execution at lower or zero cost depending on which platform you use. So WooX is a high-performance centralized trading platform, delivering great liquidity, execution, and trading. Just let's be honest. Look, it's a centralized exchange. There's many of them around. It's garnered more attention than I expected, but it's still, in terms of volume, I don't think they're doing great. I will actually have a look at that in a second. WooFi is more interesting because WooFi is their decentralized platform that's got their swaps, their perps, the Woo staking, the yield generating pools, and it positions itself as being the easiest way to do DeFi. They've deployed over 10 different networks now, including Arbitrum, Avalanche, Optimism, ZK Sync, and more. WooFi is regularly a top 10 DEX by volume, making Woo one of the only tokens that has strong adoption and utility in centralized finance and DeFi. And the DeFi is where I think the gem of this is. And their mission is to basically create the best liquidity opportunities for everyone. Now, the founders of Woo are a group of Wall Street veterans and Carnegie Mellon University alumni. Co-founder Jack Tan leads WooX, while other products like WooFire are pushing a more decentralized governance structure. Now, let's get the Woo data up on the exchange. So let's check spot, because I don't think their volume on spot is great. But we'll check the DEX as well, because the DEX, they have often been in top 10, but I think over the last year we've seen a real growth in some of the DEXs knocking about, so I wouldn't be surprised if WooFi has fallen out of that as well. So let's just find Woo. So WooX, see that trading volume's not great. They've got a good amount of markets, but the trading volume is pretty damn weak. There's also no reserve data available. Reserve data tells you how much crypto they own on the back end, so that if, say, there was massive problems, they're covered. So the fact that there's no data available is not ideal. But generally, trading volume, like I say, pretty damn weak there. Let's check Woo here, though. Now, Woo-Fi. So trading volume, again, 33rd on trading volume out of all dexes. And to be honest, that's pretty weak. Nowhere close to top 10 right now. And that's kind of the issue. The thing that they're going to struggle with is right now the centralized exchanges have become better and better and better. You've got some that just have a foothold in the market. Binance has nailed that bitch down. You've also got Coinbase that's always going to have a significant foothold in the market. KuCoin as well, but you've had growers like BitGet. I think BitGet's an outstanding exchange. That's why I partnered with them. If you don't have an account, by the way, you can get one. There's a link in the description. But with the growth and the solidification of that top 10 for centralized exchanges, Woo's biggest job is advertising and marketing. They've got to nail that down hard, because otherwise they're not going to draw in new users. They've also got to figure out how they're going to draw in new users. And that, for me, is trying to be one of the first in class to allow trading of newer coins on their platform. And that means a lot more work for the team as well. You've got to do a ton of due diligence on if everything is legit and above board. But if, say, Woo were the first to have Bonk as an example on their exchange, they would have had a flurry of new users. So making sure that they get the newer cryptos that are going to be beasts on their exchange before everyone else, that will bring in new users. Marketing effectively, and that's whether they sponsor a bloody football team or whatever the hell they have to do, but get some users, get eyes on the product. Woo-Fi would naturally do quite well, because as we see the growth in DeFi, Woo-Fi will benefit from that. The biggest thing that I think is probably going to make them hit a new high is the fact that, look, now Bitcoin is more mainstream. We're going to see more people entering the crypto market. The first product that anyone sees on a new exchange that they join is that centralized exchange's token. So if they get new users, and naturally they will, because there'll be a lot more users in crypto next year. When they get more users, Woo, people's first exposure to a token will be Woo, and then you'll see a flurry in buying, probably towards the back end of the bull cycle. That often ends up being the way it works. I think $5 is a reasonable target for Woo. And look, I don't think there's any given that it's going to hit that because their volume is so weak right now. That's a sign that they're not bringing in new users. So for them to hit $5, they've got to get new users. And again, that's marketing. That's being the first to list exciting products. And if they do that, new users arrive. I like it as a product. I like the name. They should be trying to get Ric Flair to be the ambassador, because it's a perfect person to be an ambassador. Yeah, I don't know. I think they can hit 5, but again, it's going to be really dependent on how they push forward with the centralized exchange, because that's where all new crypto buyers go first. No one goes to DeFi first. So that's got to be the model that they focus on. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Do you think it can do more? Or do you think it can do less? Tell me in the comments. And guys, if you want to make the exact same profit as me in the next bull cycle, you can do. All you have to do is go to copymycrypto.com, because that's the site I run where I share my entire portfolio with all the members. So anytime I find a coin that I like, that I think is going to make a lot of money, I jump onto my site, tell my members about the coin, its profits, and the percentage of my cash I'm going to put in, and they can copy along exactly. This means they make the exact same profit as me. Big bonus as well, as they don't have to do any work. That's why we have thousands of members on the site, is because they're making great money in crypto, but they don't have to do a dot of work. And if you want to see what they've made, that is on the site. If you want to see what I've said in the past as well, that's all on the site. And it's all on the history of this channel. It's public record. You can verify everything that you've read, that you've watched, that you've seen on the site. We're less than a year away from coins being at new highs, and if you don't have your cryptos sorted, if you're not unconvinced in your portfolio, or if you don't even have a portfolio at all, then copymycrypto.com is where you want to go, because we can help in that, and you can literally copy along and make the same profits. And that's it from me, guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.